So we are doing remainder and factor theorem. So the topic for today is remainder and factor theorem. It's not that difficult, not that simple as well. Okay, let's try to understand things. Very simple. If you try to understand it, it's very simple. If you don't understand it, it's very difficult. So what will be the remainder when I divide 5 with 2? Can anyone tell me what will be the remainder?
0.5.
What?
In sorry, one.
1. 2 2s are
One.
4. The remainder is 1. 1 cannot be divided by 2. So
One.
this is a very simple thing, right? This is a very simple conclusion that you can derive. When you divide 5 with 2, you get a remainder of 1. Because now it's very simple because you are directly provided with the values. It's given 5, you are given 2. It's very simple now. You can do the basic mathematical operation and find the remainder. Now, the problem arises when in place of this 5 and 4, you are given a generalized equation like something like x square minus 5x plus 8. So this thing you need to divide it by x minus 2. Now the problem arises. Now in place of giving a straightforward number like this thing as given as 5, this thing given as 2, you are not given something like that. You are given a like generalized equation. So anything can be x now. X can be any number, right? So how do we work this out? So it's very simple. You don't need to think a lot about it. So what you need to do is for this kind of division, it's called division by, I think, long division method. I don't know what's it called. I think it's called long division only. So first you need to check these two numbers. Okay. Now x multiplied by what?
Division by binomial.
Yes, I didn't get you.
होइन यो उ त्यो हो हामीले पहिला क्लास उ त्योमा पनि क्लास 8 मा पनि गरेको थियौ
I have
कि
no idea.
डिभिजन बाइ पोलिनोमियल्स बाइलोमियल्स भन्ने
त्यो चाहिँ थाहा छैन मलाई. I haven't taught class 8 syllabus
लाइक अब
ICSE.
x ले चाहिँ हामीले x into x गर्यो भने
Yes, same thing.
नो
So yes, same thing. So you need to check this value and this value. So what number multiplied by this number, what number multiplied by this variable, or what variable multiplied by this variable will give exactly this value. So x multiplied by x itself will give you x square, right? So x into x equal to x square. Now x into minus 2 is minus 2x. So what you do is now state the division method. You just subtract these two. So when you subtract these two, this thing will cancel off. This thing will be minus 3x. Minus 3x, you bring down the 8 plus 8. Now again check this value and this value, right? So x multiplied by what number will be equal to minus 3x? So it will be minus 3, right? So when you multiply x with minus 3, you get minus 3x, right? And minus into minus is plus. 3 into 2 is 6. You don't need to care about this second number, okay? You just need to get the value 0 here. So you should get the value 0 here, okay? So when you like again subtract this will be plus, this will be minus, this will be 0. 8 minus 6 will be 2. So remainder is 2 for this equation. So for this kind of equation, you need to do it this way. So I'll give you one more example. After that, I think you'll be clear with it. So I'll give you one more example. So you have 6x cube minus 3x square plus 8x minus 5. Okay, so you have this equation and you are dividing this with x plus 3. So you are dividing this entire thing with x plus 3. So first step what you do is you check this variable and this one. So how many times x? So what should I multiply with x to get a value of 6x cube? So that will be basically, so it is basically something like this, 6x cube divided by x, right? So you multiply this, you'll get 6x square. So you need to multiply this with 6x square, right? So 6x square into x is 6x cube. So you need to get 0 here, okay? Your main objective is to get 0 here by subtraction. So when you subtract this, you'll get 0. Now you don't need to care about the rest. You just multiply it. 6 3 is 18. So plus into plus is plus 18x square. So when you subtract this, you'll get 0 here, right? This is 0. Now when you subtract this here, you'll get negative will add, you'll get minus 21x square. Bring the 8x down plus 8x. Now again you check this variable and this variable. So x multiplied by what will give you minus 21x square. So it's basically minus 21x square divided by x. So what value should that be? So x cancel is minus 21x. So minus 21x into x will give you minus 21x square. Now you got 0 here, because when you subtract this you'll get 0. Now you don't need to care about the remaining thing. So minus into plus is minus, 21 into 3 is 40, no, through the 63x. So this will be 0 again, this will be plus. So 63 plus 8 is 71, I guess. Yeah, 71x. Now bring minus 5 down, minus 5. Now again the same thing, x multiplied by what will give you 71x. So that will be plus 71. So 71 into x is 71x plus 71 into 3 is 71 into 3 is 3 1 3, 7 3 is 21, 213 plus 213. You'll get this 0, and the number that you get here is the remainder now, right? So this is how you do the long division method when there are no concrete numbers given. So whenever there is no concrete numbers like 5, 6, 10, 20, 1000, 2000, when something like that is not given, so you carry out this kind of division. Okay, this kind of division is known as division by division, I think by long division only. And so this is the method. So you just need to check the first variable here and the first variable here, and your main objective is to get this one as 0. So this one is 0, again this one is 0. So your main objective is that you don't need to focus on the second number. Okay, don't focus on the second number, just try to focus on the first number itself and try to get 0 here. So I'll give you one more example. So there is a question again, something like, what is the find the remainder when x square minus 8x plus 4 is divided by 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. So you need to find what is the remainder after doing all the calculations. So now you need to find what multiplied by 2x will give x square. So what you do is just divide it, x square divided by 2x. So x cancel, it is x by 2, that is 0.5x. So here you need to write 0.5x. So 0.5x into 2 is x square, because 0.5 into 2 is 1, x into x is x square. So you got this. The remaining you don't need to care. 0.5x, just get it 0. This will be negative, so negative will be minus 8.5x plus 4, bring the 4 down. Now what multiplied by 2x will give you minus 8.5x. So again minus 8.5x divided by 2x. So x cancel, so it is negative of 2 4s are 8, 4.25. So it is negative of 4.25. So negative of 4.25 into 2 is minus 8.5x. Rest you don't need to care, minus 4.25 x, minus 4.25 only. So this will be 0 again, and this will be plus. So you add this 8.25. So your remainder is 8.25, or you can write it as 8 1 by 4. So this is the method to carry out this kind of division. It's very simple. I think you got it right. Anyone has any doubt regarding this? Just let me know right now. No doubt, right? It's very clear. It's very simple. I think you did this in like 8th or 9th, yes. So it's very simple. So there's like another type of question that you get in this chapter is something like this. So there is something like ax cube plus 9x square plus 4x minus 10 when it is divided by x plus 3 gives a remainder of 5. Gives a remainder of 5. So now you need to find what will be the value of a. So this kind of question pani aunu sakcha. So you have to find how you need to find the value of a such that when you divide this thing with x plus 3, you'll get a remainder of 5. So can you understand the question? What the question is asking? So it's asking, when you're dividing this entire thing with a number like x plus 3, a variable like x plus 3, you're getting a remainder of 5. So that is the question you need to do. Okay, so this is one pattern that you get. I'll tell you how to solve this. And there are some other patterns like this where there will be something like x cube plus 4x plus k. So you need to find the value of k, for which dividing this with x plus 3 will leave no remainder. No remainder. Okay, so these are the types of questions that you get in this chapter. So first type is find what is a, or find the value of a with which dividing this whole thing by this gives a remainder of 5, something like this. And other one will be like find the value of this constant k. What is the number this, let it be like, if the answer is 25, you need to get the value of k as 25, right? When it's divided by x plus 3 leaves no remainder. So this will be the type of question that will be given in ICSE. It's very simple. Okay, so is there any doubt regarding this long division method? So if there is any doubt, you just let me know right now.
No doubt.
No doubt. Sure, everyone?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Then let's see what is there. What is reduced from this chapter? Let me check. What is reduced?
एउटा केही उयोहरू भएको छैन स्क्रिन चेक गरेको
हजुर बुझेन
केही रिड्युस भएको छैन स्क्रिनमा चेक गरेको
ओके 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 इट्स नट रिड्युस ओके ठिकै छ ओके सो I'll give you a basic hint. Like it's very simple. Okay, त्यस्तो डरलाग्दो पढ्नु पर्ने च्याप्टर होइन. So if I give you an equation, okay, let this f of x is like function of x. So there is an equation of x. So this is read as function of x. Okay. So this is a very important thing you need to know. It'll carry on till 12. So if something is f of x, then it is a function of x. You can write this as g of x as well. So in this thing you have an equation with x in it. Okay. So f of x can be something like x cubed plus 2x square plus x plus 3. So this is a function of x, right? This is an equation with x in it.
Voice crack हुँदैछ.
Voice crack हुँदैछ?
x को जग्गा अगर x को जग्गा अगर y छ भने
x को जग्गा y छ भने f of y. Yes, f of y. Correct. Function of y. So you'll have an equation in terms of y, like y cube plus 2y square plus 3. So this is a function of y, right? F of x भनेको function of x. You can have any variable here, right? It's upon you. So you can write f of a. So it'll be an equation of a, right? You can have g of a. You'll have equation of a. So basically this is read as function of x. So this x is a variable and it totally depends on the choice of the user. So whatever you write, whatever you put the value of the variable is the value of the variable. You don't need to specifically follow any standard for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see the screen
Yeah,
now?
you can see.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was explaining about a function, right? So f of x or g of x or whatever it is. The two most commonly used thing for denoting the function is f of x or g of x. Okay, it'll either be given in f of x or in g of x, right? So if I say I have a function of x, okay, and that function is 8x square plus 4x plus 3, okay. If I say that I have a function which is 8x square plus 4x plus 3, right? And if I say there is something that can divide this function, like let's say I have a number that is x plus 3 and that can divide this equation, right? It can divide this equation leaving a remainder, let's say 5. Okay, I have an equation that is a function of x, right? And that function can be divided by another like function of x. This is also a function of x, but I don't mention it as f of x. So this function of x can be divided by this thing x plus 3 and it leaves a remainder of 5. So if I have something like this, then what I can imply from this, so there is one important implication that you need to do is, so first step what you need to do is you need to put a 0 after this x plus 3. So x plus 3 equal to 0. So you need to conclude this step first. Then you'll get the value of x as minus 3, right? So now when you put the value of x as minus 3 in this equation, your remainder should be 5. So what you do is 8 of minus 3 square plus 4 of minus 3 plus 3 equal to 5. So you have to put something like this. Is it clear?
Yeah, बुझ्यो x को भ्यालु निकालेको हैन
Yes, exactly. So if I'll give you one more example. Okay, so I have like the same question that I like showed you previously. I have ax cube plus 9x square plus 4x minus 10. So now I'm dividing this with x plus 3, and it's given in the question that it gives a remainder of 5, right? So what I do is I equate this to 0. So x plus 3 will be equal to 0, which means x will be equal to minus 3. So you get the value of x as minus 3. Now you substitute the value of x in this equation. So what you do is a into minus 3 cube plus 9 into minus 3 square plus 4 into minus 3 minus 10 equal to the remainder. Remainder is 5. Now when you solve this equation, you'll get the value of a, and that is the value that you need. Is it clear? So this is the way to solve this kind of questions. Okay, so what you do is whenever you are given something is dividing a equation, something is dividing a function, then you just try to equate it to 0 every time. So if x plus 5 was dividing this equation, just x plus 5 equal to 0 लगायो you'll get the value of x, right? So when you put the value of x as minus 5, you'll get a remainder of 5. So if there is a question something like this, so is this part clear? If this is clear, I'll move to something else. Is this clear?
यो अगर नि
Yes.
सुन्दैन त
Yes, भन न, सुन्दैछु.
अगर के भन्छ क्वेसनमा चाहिँ यस्तो हुनुपर्छ लाइक अब के भन्छ यस्तो क्वेसनलाई चाहिँ अब जसमा चाहिँ रिमाइन्डर पनि दिएको छ यति आउँछ भनेर यस्तो क्वेसन चाहिँ हामीले यसरी गर्नुपर्छ.
Yes, यसरी गर्नुपर्छ. So I'll give you another aspect of this. Wait, I'll tell you one more question. So I have a equation something like let's say ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, this is the standard equation, ax square plus bx plus c, and it is being divided by a number x plus 2. So you are dividing this by this, and it's completely dividing it. So when a thing completely divides something, what will be the remainder? What will be the remainder when 4 is divided by 2? 0, right? So remainder is 0. So in this equation, in this type of question also, you do the same thing. So x plus 2 equal to 0, x equal to minus 2, right? You get x equal to minus 2, put the value of x in this equation. So a into minus 2 square plus b into minus 2 plus c equal to 0. So this is how you solve this kind of question. Okay, so to the right side of this equation, you always need to put the remainder value here. Okay, if the thing is completely dividing, then the remainder will be 0. You just put r as 0 there, right? If it is not completely dividing, you just replace r with the value that is the remainder. So if 6 is the remainder, you put equal to 6 here. So is that going in your head? Is it clear?
No, अझै एकताल भनिदिनुस् न.
Same thing, अघिको जस्तै. So in the previous case, what I had remainder of 5, right? So what I did was I found the value of x plus 2 equal to 0 गरेर मैले x को value निकालेँ, right? अनि यो value मैले यो equation मा हालेँ, right? So when I put the value in this equation, I put equal to 5. So what is this 5? This 5 is the remainder, right? Now in this case, the only difference is in place of the remainder being 5, my remainder is 0 because it is completely dividing the thing. It is completely dividing the value. So my remainder is 0. So I do the same process. I find the value of x as minus 2. I put the value in the equation, but in place of 5 in the right hand side, I just put it 0. Is it clear?
यसमा यस्तो भएको हो अघिकोमा चाहिँ लाइक अब हामीले x को भ्यालु फाइन्ड गर्ने हैन सपोज x को भ्यालु अघि तपाईले भन्दै चाहिँ -5 थियो हैन
x को भ्यालु -5 ओके
त्यहाँको चाहिँ अब हामीले चाहिँ त्यो x को भ्यालु -5 पायो अन्त रिमाइन्डर चाहिँ 4 सपोज अब 7 निक्लिन्थ्यो हैन रिमाइन्डर 7 हुन्छ त्यसरी अब
यस यहाँ 7 हुन्छ अनि यहाँ -5 हुन्छ
ओके त्यहाँको चाहिँ एता चाहिँ यस्तो भएको अब एता चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ अब यसको चाहिँ रिमाइन्डरै 0 छ भनेर चाहिँ सबै यसको x खोजिसकेर चाहिँ इक्वल्स टु 0
यस
यही हो
यस त्यही हो सेम थिङ बट इन प्लेस अफ रिमाइन्डर बिङ 7 तिम्रो प्रिभियस केसमा 7 थियो इन प्लेस अफ द रिमाइन्डर बिङ 7 माई रिमाइन्डर इज 0 सो आई डु द सेम थिङ जस्ट रिप्लेस द 7 विथ 0 द्याट्स इट क्लियर इज दिस क्लियर
Yeah, totally.
त्यो इक्वल टुको राइट ह्यान्ड साइडपट्टि हामीले जुन चाहिँ नम्बर लेख्छ हौ
That
त्यो
is
चाहिँ
the
द्याट
remainder.
डिपेन्ड्स अपन द रिमाइन्डर
Yeah, that will always be the remainder. So if it is completely dividing something, that will automatically be 0. Okay, so whatever you write on the right hand side is basically the remainder of the thing. So when you divide that thing with something else, and the remainder that you get will be in the right hand side. Okay, clear?
ओके
Okay, nice. So
अन्त नि can I
yes,
ask?
yes, Banu.
अन्तखेरि के भन्छ अगर चाहिँ रिमाइन्डर दिएको छैन भने चाहिँ लाइक हामीले नर्मल उयो गर्नुपर्छ लङ डिभिजन
त्यस्तो
मेथड
हुँदैन. That type of question will not be there in the board. They'll not give you that simple question. Okay, that is very simple question. They'll not give you that. So they'll either give you a remainder, or like they'll not ask you at all. Okay, so I'll give you a question that is an ISC question. It's very simple. So try to solve it and tell me the value. X cube plus 2x square minus kx plus 10. Okay, this is divided by x minus 2, and it is completely divided. Okay, now you need to find the value of k. So what is the value of k? So this is the question.
X plus
X cube plus 2x square minus kx plus 10. Okay, this is divided by x minus 2, and it is completely divided. So now you need to find the value of k. So I'll give you 5 minutes. Try to solve it. Be right back.
केले डिभाइड हुँदै त्यो क्वेसन लेख्नै पाएनौ
So what is the value of k you got?
17
13
What? 13 is the answer. 13 is the answer. Answer is 13, not 17. There is a big mistake in your calculation.
ए या 13
Yes. It's
मैले
13.
माथि उतै गरेको बदली
So this is a ICSE 2011 question. It's a two marker. So this is ICSE 2011. So this is a 2 mark plus 1. There is second part of this question as well. Okay. So second part of the question is check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not. So if something like this is asked, so Ajur, yes, tell me.
एन्सर के थियो मैले
Answer 13, 1 3. So this is a 2 marker. So this part is 2 marker, and there is one more part to this question. So the question is check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not. So to check whether it's a factor if something is a factor of something, its remainder will be 0. Okay, so 2 is a factor of 4. 2 is a factor of 4 because 2 completely divides 4 2 times, right? So if something is a factor, it has to have a remainder of 0. So now your question, the 1 mark part for this question is check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not. So now you can use the long division method, right? Put the value of k there. K is 13, right? Put the value here as 13, then divide it by x plus 5 and check whether you get a remainder or not, and tell me the answer. I'll give you 2 more minutes for this.
मैले एकताल फेरि भनिदिनु मैले बुझिन
So next part of the question is check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not. So you need to check whether your equation can be completely divided by x plus 5 or not. So you need to find the remainder. So if you get the remainder as 0, yes, it is a factor. So if you get remainder anything other than 0, no, it is not a factor. Okay, so just divide this equation now with x plus 5, and you know the value of k as well. K 13 aa cha agli. So in this equation replace k with 13. Come on, I'll give you 2 more minutes.
एउटा क्वेसन सोधौँ के हो
Yes, please.
के भन्छ उ त्यो x को भ्यालु पनि हामीले उतै नै लेख्दा हुन्छ 2 नै
X को value no, यहाँ त x plus 5 लाई check गर भन्दैछ नि त. Why do you want 2 now? What is the point of bringing 2 here? They're asking you to check whether x plus 5 is a factor or not, right? So you don't need to care about the 2 now. So basically this is the chapter, okay? There is nothing else in this chapter, so everything is the same thing. So I can show you. You can check your own book. Okay, it's literally the same thing. The entire chapter, the 5 pages of this chapter is the same exact thing. Just dividing with this number, finding the value of k, finding the value of p, whatever. सबै सिम्पल कुराहरू हो जुन we have already completed in the first 30 minutes.
Not a factor, sir.
Not a factor. Yes, no, it is a factor. It is a factor. Again, calculation mistake. Done. 2 minutes are over. Any doubt?
Yeah, I got last one. Yeah, मेरो आयो त.
Any doubt?
2x.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Sneha Kunga, any doubt?
No.
Okay.
गरिदिनु नि मैले त आएन मलाई गर्नै.
I know. So just divide this with the number what is given. So what is given in the question? So x cube plus 2x square minus 13x plus 10. So x multiplied by x square is x cube plus 5x square. So this will cancel off to 0. This will be negative. So this will be minus 3x square minus 13x. So x into what will give you minus 3x square? It will be minus 3x. So it will be minus 3x square minus 5 3s are 15x. So this will be 0 again. So this will be plus. This will be 2x plus 10 anyway. Yeah, 2x plus 10. So x multiplied by what will be 2x? It will be 2. So 2 into x is 2x plus 5 2s are 10. So it will be 0. This will be 0.
दादा
Yes.
मेरो तलको त आयो यही सेम आयो कि माथि अघि तपाईहरुले 13 निकाल्नु भयो नि के चाहिँ
Yes.
त्यसमा चाहिँ इक्वेसन यस्तो हुन्छ लाइक 8 + 16 - 2k + 10 = 0 हुन्छ अगर गरे नि
Yes.
अनि त्यसको बाद हेर्नु ल
8 plus 8 minus 2k plus 10 equal to 0. 8
8 + 8
8 plus 8 minus 2k plus 10 equal to 0.
ला मैले ला भयो
कुंगा छौ क्लासमा? हेलो कुंगा?
Yes sir.
यो बुझ्यो सबै? Okay. So page number 109 109. Open your book, page number 109. So only Sneha has submitted that e equal to mc square wala question la ahilesamma. No one else has done that. I don't know why. So I had given you a question about e equal to mc square. Only Sarah has sent me the nickel wala, I think. I think Lakshmi also sent me, I don't know. I need to check. But only 2 have sent me that nickel wala question, electroplating with nickel. And only Sneha has sent me the e equal to mc square wala question. So
I've done that nickel, but phone नै गयो मेरो.
स्क्वायर वाला मैले बिर्सेछु क्वेशन
कुन चाहिँ?
आज गरेर पठाउँछु e = mc square को.
ला ओ त्यही त मैले
No, I'd given you time till like Tuesday or Wednesday, right? I don't remember. So today's Monday, so Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 more days.